Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm Jules. So I'm an occupational therapy student, and today we're going to be going over a little assessment on some different activities in your life and trying to identify some areas that you're struggling with or areas that you want to improve on. So this assessment is actually called the Canadian Occupational Performance Measure, and you're welcome to look at it anytime that I'm filling it out. We'll start and go through 3 different categories. The first one's self-care, and then productivity and leisure. And the goal of this is to find different activities in this category that are important to you and significant in your life. And then talking about what an activity is, it's something that a person wants to do, needs to do, or is expected to do, but can't do, doesn't do, or isn't satisfied with the way that they do. So keep that perspective in mind when we're going through these categories. So the first one that we're going to talk about is self-care, and that goes into personal care, your engagement in the community, and functional mobility, how your body's moving with different daily tasks, and any areas that you can see that you'd want to improve on.
Okay.
So, how is personal care going?
I'm really struggling to put my shoes on and my socks on. Anything that's just like lower to the ground.
Okay. And how's it going right now? You're able to do it, but it's just difficult and takes longer.
It's difficult to do it. Just bending over is really hard to do right now.
What about with in the morning and getting ready? And we're at nighttime with showers and...
It takes me longer to do just because I don't have the balance.
Okay.
And I get really tired.
What about getting dressed and hair or doing your hair? Is that kind of the same thing? We're taking breaks?
Doing my hair is fine, but it's mainly getting dressed I get tired.
Okay. That kind of plays into the next part with functional mobility. So balance, you said, is a big thing.
Yes.
And then bending towards the ground, is that with balance too, or
yes,
weakness?
It's with balance, and I get tired and then my head hurts.
I feel you on the head hurting one. So is there any other things like strengthening that you think would help, or just focusing on balance primarily?
I think just balance for now. My husband does all the strength stuff.
Okay. What about engaging in the community or activities that you go out and do?
No, I don't like people.
Okay. What are your primary hobbies that you enjoy?
Reading.
Okay.
And knitting.
Okay. Are you having any trouble with with needles, and I guess it depends on what size of needle that you're using?
No, not really. I'm doing okay with that for now.
Okay, that's good to hear. So knitting and reading, you said, would probably be some of your primary hobbies that you enjoy. What about with doing things in the house? Is that primarily your role, or does your husband help with those?
We both do things together, but I mainly do the cooking and cleaning.
How does that go with energy-wise and balance and like moving in the kitchen?
I'm tired all the time.
Yeah.
Getting around the kitchen is hard.
So is your husband out working, or are you guys both home now?
No, we're both home.
Okay. Is there anything that you can see in maybe even with cooking, like taking more breaks, or is that something that's important to you that you'd want to focus on to improve?
Yeah, it takes a long time to cook dinner now because I have to stop and lean against the counter.
Mm-hmm. What about, do you have any pets or any dogs? Okay.
I have a cat.
How does that go with, is he inside, outside?
He's inside.
But taking care of him and, like, I guess leaning down to the litter box would
My
be...
husband does that.
Okay, that's good. So I'm seeing in this area we can focus on cooking and improving mobility around the kitchen, around the house, and being able to make meals as something that's important to you.
Yes.
Okay. And two, we kind of already got into leisure a little bit with your knitting and reading. Is there any other hobbies that you've had to, or things that you like to do in the past that you've had to step away from doing?
I used to like to play tennis, but I get too tired now. So now we play pickleball.
Okay, that's good. Is it just you and your husband, or do you have other
Just me
friends?
and my husband.
Okay. Is there any other activities in the community that you can think of that you'd want to, I know you said you like being at home, but anything that you'd like to get out and do more if you could?
No, not really. I do enjoy shopping though.
Okay, online shopping or being in person?
In person.
Okay. What about friends-wise? Do you connect with your family and friends more, or have people that live in the community that you're able to go hang out with if you want to?
I have my kids and my grandbabies. That's about it.
Do they live near you?
They do.
How does it go with do your grandkids come over to your house, or do you try and go over and see them?
They come over to our house.
Okay. How is that when they're over with, I know kids can have a lot of energy.
It's fine. We're tired after, but they're good kids.
That's good to hear. So that's good that you're still able to see them and that they live in the area near you. Do your grandkids have any different sporting activities, or like ballet, or different things that you like to be able to and support them or see them do?
They do. One dances and one plays soccer.
So that would be something maybe that we could look to get out and do.
Okay.
It's up to you as well. So just going, here, I'll put this in front so we can both look at it. Just going back over these items, now that we've kind of talked through them, I'm going to have you rank the importance. So it's on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is not important, and then 10 is going to be most important. And this will also help us when we're setting your goals for the things that we want to focus on most and help you improve. So with personal care, we have putting your socks and shoes on and going lower to the ground, and then overall balance in general with hygiene and showers. So I think we could break that first one up into socks and shoes, and then showers as our second one, and then overall hygiene. Or do you think that would you just want to have the first two under there?
I'm good with however you want to do it.
Okay, how important are those to you to improving in your life?
I would say balance is my number one importance because it affects a lot of things. So I'd give that a 10.
Okay.
And then shower and hygiene, obviously, is very important too.
What do you think you would rank that one?
Can we have multiple 10s?
If it's extremely important to you.
Okay, let's rank that as a 10. And then putting on socks and shoes, I'd say that's a 9 because my feet are cold all the time.
Okay. Functional mobility, we have balance, and then with your head hurting, but that kind of happens after balance, or you're exerting yourself
Yeah,
more,
if
right?
I get up too quickly.
Okay. So we'll have balance as the main one under that. How does that sound?
That's good.
Okay, as far as community engagement, we actually got into that a little bit with leisure. We could put maybe shopping, or we could put grandkids going to, maybe we can make it a goal to go to one of their soccer games or one of their dance rehearsals.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. What would you rank that as important?
I would say going to their activities would be important, so 10.
Okay. Okay, and then we talked about you and your husband both splitting the work and the home. Is there areas that you want to improve in that specifically?
I'd like to be able to cook dinner without getting tired.
Okay. What would you rank that as importance?
Probably a 9.
Okay.
Because we could always eat out.
That's true. Any other areas that you can think of that you'd want to focus on?
Doing the laundry and vacuuming, that's very tiring.
What would you rank those ones?
Laundry, I would put as probably an 8, and vacuuming like a 6.
And then we go down to our leisure activities. This section right here is for school and play, but play we talk a little bit about is also can be leisure as well. So if you don't have any additional stuff that you'd like to add, we can just go down to here if that sounds okay.
That's fine with me.
So for knitting and reading, I know you said knitting is going okay right now.
Yes.
And you're usually seated for that, so no balance problems. What about pickleball? How does that go when you guys go out?
Pickleball is hard right now because my balance is all over the place.
So balance again with being able to improve that. As far as, I've never played pickleball before, I'll be honest, but as far as, I think it's the racket that you use. How does that, are you sore afterwards, or any strengthening exercises you think might help with that?
I am sore, but mainly I'm just afraid that when I go for the ball, I'm gonna fall.
Okay, so definitely balance again with that one. What would you rank that as importance?
Probably an 8 because I'd like to stay active.
And then socialization, the last category for here, we kind of talked about with your grandkids. Make it a goal to go to one soccer game, and then dance rehearsal, and then shopping. That would be something too that we could look to do.
Okay.
What would you rank that for importance wise?
I would rank shopping as a 10.
Okay, I have to agree with you on that one. So then we go over to this area, and we've already ranked the importance of it. So there's 5 categories here, and we'll pick, and we can add more if we need to, but we'll pick the main 5 out of these guys, and then talk about how you think you're performing now, and then how satisfied you are in your performance. So we'll take this initial assessment, what you think of these activities, and then later on we'll do this thing again, and then you'll be able to see on this part and compare your performance and then satisfaction of them too. So it helps you see how far you've come over therapy. So I know balance was the first one that we talked about that in different activities. And then
I would say fatigue levels.
Okay. And mainly
getting tired while I'm walking around.
Yeah. What do you think are some other of the main ones from the ones that we talked about?
Putting my shoes on. Cooking dinner. And then seeing my grandbabies.
Okay, and then I think we have shoes and socks we put as a 9, and dinner as a 9, and then grandkids 10. So the next part is also ranked on a scale of 1 to 10, and then for 1 being you're not able to do it at all, and then 10 you have no problem with it. And then we're just going to go through each of these 5 activities and have you rank them on that scale. So for balance, what do you think?
I'd say a 5.
And then with fatigue walking?
Probably a 5 as well.
Shoes and socks?
A 4.
And then cooking dinner?
Probably a 5.
And seeing your grandkids?
6.
And then the next part with satisfaction kind of plays a little bit into it, but it's a scale of 1 to 10 as well. 1 being you're not satisfied at all, and then 10 you're extremely satisfied. So what do you think for balance?
I put it 2.
And then with walking?
Probably 2 as well.
Shoes and socks?
1.
And then cooking dinner?
A 3.
And seeing your grandkids?
Probably a 5.
Okay, so we'll add these scores up. Just give me 1 moment. So we have our initial scores here, which the numbers don't mean a lot right now, but they will once we do our second assessment. And then that will give us the change in scores to be able to see how you've improved and then how satisfied you are with their changes in performance.
Okay.
And that is all for our assessment today. Do you have any questions or other things that you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.